I don't know if you observed this, but interestingly enough, since last week, all right, barely any media outlet has been given the proper coverage to AMC stock squeeze. But when you really look at how the frequency of all the articles that are being pumped out there on a daily basis, especially when we were still on the downtrend, this past month to 3 months, every single day, there will be one article talking about how AMC is a dead cat, all right? So how come on the way back up, they're not talking about it anymore? I mean, Jim Cramer doesn't cover it. Maybe when, Ryan Cohen bought some, GameStop shares, I mean, that was pretty much it. But AMC is going back up and going back on the radar, all right? The gains we're seeing with AMC so far for a dead cat, it's pretty interesting, but how come nobody's talking about it? Or let me just rephrase, because based on what I'm going to share with you in this video, is going to see that they're doing this on purpose. They're showing or putting out their information that they want to see, all right? And this is BS, folks. This is BS. But the more we see this, the better it is because, again, as I mentioned, this is a ticking time bomb. And the more they will try to prevent this from busting out, the more the pressure will start cooking up, all right? So let's just see. The last time we had all the information, let's just say you type AMC stock on Google, all right? Because you've seen on investing.com or Robinhood or wherever, that AMC has been gaining 60% in 1 week. And you remember, if you were a new investor or if you haven't been there, or if you've been there, you made some money and you jumped out, or you lost some money and you jumped out. Now you're seeing that, hey, this thing is kind of, ramping up again. So let's just get what is out there. So AMC Google search, all right? This is all the articles that will pop first. GameStop stock halted on New York Stock Exchange. Extend slide with AMC as trading resumes. Okay, it doesn't give you more confidence into actually this stock is still up, even with the halt, all right? Because with the stock being halted, you would expect it to be maintained on the downtrend, on the red, like we saw, especially this morning when the stock got halted. It got halted on the way down here, and then after, boom, the halt was cleared up, boom, it declined again, like sharp decline. But truth of the matter is, it went back up strong. From this point forward to the highest of the day, this is a 15% swing after the halt. So it doesn't even make sense. Now, going back to the articles, you see what I mean? Like, if you scroll down even from yesterday and from the days before, you barely see AMC up 45% on one single day. All right? Last week, we had FX Street, AMC stock up roughly 15%. Where next? So it doesn't give you the indication that the stock is about to go even higher. And what does it matter? Well, it does matter because in mainstream media, so for all of the folks that are not in the confidence, in the due diligence, in the research, that are not close to this matter, that are not familiar with what is happening here as the bottom line for this stock, they cannot really perceive, what we see as being here, holding, buying, and whatever you've been doing for the last 12, 15, 14 months. All right? Because this information is not being publicly made. And anytime we're trying to publicize this, they call us a cult. They call us apes. They call us, whatever, the rebels, whatever. All right? Because the truth they don't want the truth to be out there, because once people realize that this is a stock that can give you the ability to, in a short amount of time, make an incredible amount of money because of the short squeeze thesis that is very much alive here, well, it's going to remain, it's going to limit the buying pressure, which is working for them. But till when? That's the question. Till when? All right. So let's just see how these folks, these unfold. But it doesn't matter, because only with the millions of retail investors already buying and holding these stocks so far, I mean, even without publicity, just because we own Personally, I think it is more than 90% of the float. We don't need any additional buying pressure here, because just with anything else happening in the market, it doesn't look good for the short sellers. So let's just be patient.